On this week's Growing Idaho, we're talking about how growth affects our water and how that in turn affects an industry that Idaho and Eastern Oregon were built on: agriculture. Tristan Weiniger is the president of the Washington County Farm Bureau and a farmer and rancher in Weiser. His family has been ranching and farming a while.
And I'm a fifth-generation farmer in Idaho. I'm a fourth-generation farmer in the Treasure Valley, and so my family has seen it all.
Seen it all, including this kind of growth Southern Idaho and Eastern Oregon have gone through over the past few decades.
The growth that we're seeing is unprecedented anywhere in the United States. It's crazy.
All that new growth is putting greater demand on, well, everything. And included in that is our ground and surface water. That's because the Treasure Valley is a semi-arid desert climate that gets just about 11 inches of rain a year. That is not nearly enough water to support Idaho agriculture, which this state's economy was built on and still relies on.
All our economy is based on is agriculture. So it's important that we recognize that, first of all, and then second of all, we got to figure out what to do to help it.
The only ways to help it and get water to crops is to either take it out of the rivers and canals, that's surface water, or use wells to pump the groundwater out from deep under our soil.
So let's just say you have a cup and there's a waiter that comes around and puts water in that cup. Well, let's say you start sharing that cup with other people, so they're putting their straw in there. Well, the waiter still only comes around a certain amount of times to replenish that, and if you're taking more water out with the straws, that cup can't keep up. And that's how groundwater works. We have an aquifer that we try and replenish, and that's what farmers do, is when we irrigate, that water goes in the soil and it replenishes the aquifer, keeps our water table up, and so if we don't do that, that aquifer starts to dry up.
That's already happened in the Boise area, with shallow private wells drying up as farmland disappears.
And it's happened in states all around us, most notably California, and they have drilled their wells deeper and deeper and deeper, chasing that groundwater, but they build more and more houses and they're irrigating the ground less and less.
The U.S. Geological Survey said in 2015, Idaho as a state was third in the nation for total water use and had the highest per capita domestic water use in the entire nation. Those are the latest numbers available, but they likely have not changed much as our growth continues to strain our water resources in our desert climate. But what can we do about it?
And for my entire life, everyone has always complained about people moving here and moving in here and building houses and destroying this farm ground, but nobody has come up with a way to fix it. And so one of the best ways to do that would probably be to protect our water.
While the Farm Bureau continues to work on protecting water with policy and legislation, we can all take part in water conservation. Weiniger says that starts with education.
I think it's everybody's responsibility to go out and learn and grow and do better and learn how the water systems work here in Idaho and learn how you can work with us so that way we can all benefit from the water. It all comes back to water. That water is the most important thing in this state.
Jim Duthie, right back here somewhere, tells me our snowpack, which will melt and turn into our surface water in the spring, is doing great. We're at about 150 to 200% of normal levels. That was actually a few days ago. Can only be better now, but that's for this time of year. We've just started the water year. And even if those trends continue and we have a great year for surface water, all that disappearing farmland means less and less surface water will be used for irrigation like this and turn into groundwater.